Good morning. I'm sorry for the way I look or for the way I speak, but I'm still a bit confused. And I was doing my meditation today. This channel is just about documenting my journey, my inner journey. So very raw. And I was doing my daily meditation, and it went way more during these past days. It was intense, more intense than usual. Just very pleasant and very intense. And so I indulged into it and stick into meditating a bit more. And yesterday I actually felt that I was truly, for once, truly meditating, which means I could witness my thoughts, my emotions, everything, and just watch it and just be very, very, very still, very still. And it kept going throughout the whole day. I think Isha Kriya also at night helped, which means all my feelings, all my thoughts, everything, I was conscious of them just a bit before they had an impact on the way I feel, on the way I think, on the way I do things. So it was very helpful. But today I was like, oh, I was very existential during these past 2 days. And yesterday I saw a video of in a Sadhguru exclusive where he talks about what happens when he leaves. And he said that he's not going to come back anymore. So I went into a more of an existential kind of thinking. Okay, so these things that you always think about, but existentialism, where do we come from, who are we, what is truth? And you always think about these things, but you never actually think about these things by yourself. It's always like a concept that you think, but it's never, oh, okay, let me just go in and see, but what's truth? Like, why am I here? Who am I? But truly, today I just actually sit there during meditation. It was like, okay, let me see. I want to know truth. I want to know who I am. And so I was looking through my body. Okay, no, it's not here. This is just the body. I was looking through the mind and like witnessing the mind. I'm like, okay, there are so many things here, but it doesn't look like something fundamental. And I was witnessing my emotions. I was like, okay, this could be a reason maybe to feel good. But then the mind came in and said, no, this is just, chemistry in my body. And so I was like, okay, thanks, mind. Let me keep going. And after a while, I said, okay, so there's no reason, probably. But you see, maybe the reason is just that nature, that it's the nature of existence to be just, witnessing itself or experiencing itself or feeling good. And I was like, yes, but what's that nature? Like, what's that fundamental thing that causes that nature? There must be something. And after like really stay there for some time, I was like, oh, for a moment, it was like, oh, not an info, nothing, just, a short click that was like, yes, it was me that was there. Not me as a body, not me as the mind, not me, but me as the witness, which means before everything, before the Big Bang, before, like, there has to be a reason why everything was created from nothing. So it was like there had to be something more fundamental. There had to be something that was not, form, something that was more fundamental. And it was like, yeah, that's me. That's the witness inside of me. That's the seer. And once I opened my eyes after some time, I was like, oh my God, that's actually exactly what all spiritual teachings are about. Right now I'm reading Yoga Sutras, which is, in my opinion, the best spiritual book ever made. I have to read a lot of them still, but Yoga Sutras for now is like everything's written there. Everything you need to know is written there, and by Patanjali. And there is this topic about seer who sees versus seen. So, what is seen from the seer? And that is what I experienced by myself. So, not a concept, but actually wanting to see the truth is actually that thing. Is actually, oh my God, yes, that the click, that connected, that is the same thing. It's actually, oh my God, all spiritual teachings, non stealing, gratitude, letting go, non violence, wanting to feel good, being present. Everybody, all spiritual teachers, all spiritual teachings are all just about this thing, which is realizing that in life, that you, you're just passing through. You're not here attached to anything. You're just passing through. You're just a witness. And you can witness thanks to this form that is a human body and mind. So it's basically that seer, that witness developed into forms, created forms, or evolved into forms. I don't know. We actually cannot know. But the only thing we can know is that after forms were created, maybe randomly, maybe the Big Bang and all that theory of evolution randomly, maybe that's actually what happened, but it mixed up so well that after a while, the what worked is the longing to expand, and the longing to expand to survive is what created life, and life developed into more developed forms, which became human beings and human mind, which became what was the reason why the witness developed into forms, manifested into forms, which is to experience, which is now you are a window. Evolution made itself. Evolution, like forms, evolved in such a way that it made itself into human beings, it made itself into a form that can be a window for that witness to experience itself totally. So it's like the seer. You become the seer. Forms the scene, becomes the seer, and realizes that it's all the same. And you realize you're just passing through. You realize you're here not to touch life, but being touched by life, and just experience totally as much as you can from within, like from the seer perspective, witnessing, experiencing, without ruining other people's lives, ruining nature's lives, ruining your life, just witnessing what happens. And yeah, sorry, maybe that's unconcluded, but this is where I got to. This is the point where I got to until this point. And I know it sounds I don't know who, but it was very much real. It's very much real in the experience. So I really suggest you to just take some time and just try by your own self, not teachings, not just by your own self. Look within you and say, okay, let me search what's actually true for me. What's the truth? And this is what happened for me. But I'll keep searching. I'll keep going. Or maybe the reason why that witness, God, or however you want to call it, manifested into forms in the beginning, in the principle, in the first way, it's to give it a reason of why it existed. We are maybe like looking for the reason why that witness, that thing that was there before forms existed, manifested. We are looking for a reason why that witness manifested into forms, but maybe that is the reason. since it's the same thing that we are, it's asking the same thing. It's like, I the only thing I can do is to manifest into forms so that I can slowly evolve into experiencing myself, to give myself, to give the witness a reason to be there. I don't know if you understood what I meant. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so then, no, maybe, so there must be something more fundamental then that says, that makes it wanting to have a reason, or makes it wanting to have desires, or makes it want it to be created from somewhere. I don't know. This is the point where I am right now. I'll keep you updated. Or maybe we cannot even know these things. Maybe we're just too small to understand the mechanics of life and the universe. But I don't know, maybe we can. I don't know. They say we are the eternal witness, or Eckhart Tolle says, if you're looking for yourself, the looking is yourself. But at the same time, if you think about it by yourself, you're like, why? You're like, okay, but why? Like, why there is this thing? Why there is the eternal witness? Why existence? Why we are here? Why we're doing all these things? What's the point? And why evolution? Why the Big Bang? Why? So maybe, as I told you, maybe we are not even able to understand everything. Our logical mind, everything. Maybe it's not just about understanding it. Maybe our only role is to just experience it, and that's the only thing we are given the opportunity to do. So maybe that is our destiny. Maybe that's just what we are supposed to do, and we're not supposed to know what's the first cause of everything. The first part of the chain. I don't know. Maybe you're not even, even Sadhguru or other people always say, if you ask why existence, you don't get it. You're not getting it, because you ask why only if you are suffering. But if you are feeling peaceful, you wouldn't ask why. You just would experience it. So maybe that's this. But I don't know. It's not about misery. It's just about, wanting to know what's the origin. And maybe, yes, maybe we are only supposed to understand this, only to experience this without understanding it. But at the same time, it's kind of natural to ask, but why? What's the point? So still no answer. Only some answers, but they're not definitive, and I don't know if we actually as humans can find that definitive thing.